I love the way you make noise at lunch. I love to hear you munch or something like that. Well, welcome back to Hanging with a Composer That Loves the Guitar, wants to try to get all guitar players to be able to earn a living writing for television or film and that sort of thing. So we want to teach intervallic thinking because it applies to all the sections. We're working on a tune. This is day 4, and I'm real excited about it. I just wanted to review a couple things about intervals because on the guitar, we think of intervals in shapes. And so there's this one shape that most guitarists know, most guitarists, and it's this. And this shape is a 6-5. In other words, this is 6 intervals and this is 5. And it is followed generally by 5 plus 5s. It's also preceded by that. And these are nice little brass voicings. So get some nice things. We're going to get back into our song Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais. And we're going to try to get to some lyrics today. Maybe, maybe not, because I want to complete the sketch form, which won't be the whole development. The development will be, maybe we'll be adding something, maybe not, lengthwise or section-wise, but it's the basic sketch, okay? It's more of a solid form. So I'm going to go to the Sibelius file, and hopefully you can hear the Sibelius, but if not, I'll make sure that you get it. I'm going to play it once through so you can kind of hear where we're going. We've got an ending we're going to try to sort of finish today. And the reason I showed you that little guitar stuff is because we're going to use some of those in the very ending. And if you're like me, you work when you sleep. You know, you subconscious or just seems to figure out things. And so I like to jot them down as soon as I can, because then you forget them. If not, you know, I like to remember things, even if it's in my sleep. So let's go to the Sibelius file and check it out. Okay, so I'm going to rewind this guy and just remind you where we're at with stuff. Here's the tune. Okay, so let's go back and look at this in a couple of places. I've added a piano stave, and that's because we're going to start putting in more lines, brass stuff, and things like that. One place is here. I like to put lines in places like this. So this guy, he could easily be. So now I got a nice line from there. I like it. See, this guy's going up here and a nice line coming down. That'll be a nice sort of rounding of the orchestration. And this is going to be kind of the end of what we're looking at. I just sort of sketched stuff really quickly. And these structures are what I was showing you. Okay, this guy is exactly this guy here. And, you know, actually we can change this guy because this, I think if I change this to this, it's going to be sound cooler. All right, so if we go, and then, okay, that's a nice sound. And then it goes up to here. So you can hear this note changes to this note. And this is a little brass lick. Okay, that's what we're gonna do here, I think, is put brass. So it could be just a trumpet playing the lead line and all these guys down an octave. Because look, if I do this and put it up here in the piano, it's going to be down an octave. See, it's all down here. So I would say that this is going to be more like bones and things, and would have trumpets on a lead line here. Okay, just so you know, I'm also going to do these so you can hear what happens. It gets real meaty, and so I'm not sure how much we'll have up here. This could be woodwinds, could be light, could be revoiced. I'm not really sure about that. All right. Anyway, so these guys, you know, it's in triplets. So decada, 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 da. And so this rhythm is dun, 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 right? Dun, decada, da, 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 da. So dun, 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 dun. So it gives you ba, boom, ba, boom, ba. And that gets you up to here. So this will be nice. We have to voice this out a lot more. Also, when I'm writing, I try to, if I'm going to use 3 parts, I try to stay in 3 parts. Here I got 4. So what I would probably do with this guy is I would probably do this. Okay, just give me 4 parts on that. All right. And that means I do the same thing here. Try to give it 4 parts. And I, like always, I would, sorry about that. I would definitely add another couple of guys to this whole line, but I'm not sure. It depends if this is a separate section. Maybe these guys are just saxophones and these guys are low brass and stuff. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. And so if this gets us down into here, these are all big, just big lines. And I like this guy repeating itself with different guys. And that's why I just put him in the piano, because this, who knows what this is going to be. It's not necessarily piano at all. And we can repeat these guys. And now I want to end up with lengthening this, because I see this almost as a big band jazz show tune where, you know, je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais, je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais, you know, something like that at the end. It's kind of a big thing. And so I sort of need another little deal here. So I'm going to stop the share. I'm spacing on you. Okay. I have to edit that out. Okay. So we have that pretty big end, and I think it should be, because that's the top end of all we're doing. And by the way, this is in D flat. It's all dominant chords here. So this is A flat dominant, and this takes us to the D flat. Since it's blues, everything is dominant, right? But in essence, we're in D flat. Okay. And so what I want to do is create a little kind of round robin. So if I go, okay, and that'll give us something that something like that. I'm going to put that at the very end. And that's what I had beginning. I had started to sketch out a little bit. That's that's the sleeping part. Those little things come to you when you're sleeping. So you can only be putting in an hour on a tune a day, but if you do it before you go to bed, you probably end up mulling some things over. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm going to go back to sharing. This was the section I was talking about right here, right? So if I played it from here, actually I want to make sure I got everything. Okay, so let's play it from here. Okay, and then this guy could be repeated here in a section. And then what I want to do after that, that's where I want to go into this. But we're going to be coming out of a C dominant. So the first chord is going to be almost like an F minor, but I'm going to quickly switch to our little guys. I'll show you. So I'm hearing like the band answering itself. So this is one guy. Right, and that's kind of how I'm hearing that end. And so we're going to go in and program into Sibelius those guys, these guys. And so if I do that, okay, and against these guys, because remember these all go down, we can, this actually, we could have this kind of a sound against it. I'm not sure what it would be, but it's down here, right? So we got bomb. So if this is in brass, I would answer this with somebody, not sure what it would be, but let's say it would start off with a C on top here. So, and this probably would have something like the same thing, but up an octave. So we'll just put it up. And then this would probably hit boom, boom. It would hit a high E, but I got E flat here, so I'm not going to do that. So I would say we could have, okay, maybe this is strings. Who knows if we have strings, but it could be woodwinds, flutes, and double that down an octave lower. So, you know, we could do that. And I'm going to make this look more like brass guys here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. Now let's stop sharing here, and I'm just going to show you kind of what some of that stuff is. So on the bottom of those guys, so if I have this guy, it's basically this chromatic line, but you can do some fun stuff. Because since this is going down 1, these guys can move 5 and down 7. So you can go. So. Get us there. So when you have a chromatic with those 6s, these are 6s. And those 6s are great. Look, if I'm in blues here and I want A flat, let's say there's a bass player though. Okay, so that's the 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord. So these guys, you can move them around. And then you can add guys to them. So in this case, you have all these guys. So which means that you can kind of write your lines after. You know, you just want to get the basic sections going, and you can write some really neat high lines. And that last section, we wanted to build it. At least that's what it said in our early on sketch. It said build section. So we have to figure out what we want as far as instrumentation. I'm mainly thinking woodwinds, like a big band, but maybe we want to add strings as well, because we can get some pretty fun zippy stuff. It depends on how big this tune gets and what kind of groove. Once we have this thing, then we'll start putting it together with some grooves. We still have all the lyrics to write. So we're going to do a little more of the lyric stuff probably today, day 4. Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais, right? Que tu ne le sais. And then we also had I love you more each day, it's true. So, je t'aime de plus en plus, chaque jour c'est vrai. So we had that. And then I thought, let's come up with some other ones. Here's one. This is my little translator. So let's start off with the morning, and lunch. Lunch isn't that sexy, but we'll start with morning. So how about this as a phrase? When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I see is your beautiful smiling face. Okay? And this is what it sounds like in French.
Quand je me réveille le matin, la première chose que je vois, c'est ton beau visage souriant.
Okay, so what are you supposed to notice with that? The rhythm, right? Listen to the rhythm.
Quand je me réveille le matin, la première chose que je vois, c'est ton beau visage souriant.
Okay, so I like that phrase because the rhythm is cool. It's good. It's really cool. So we're going to go with that. We're going to keep that one. Okay, and should we go to lunch? I mean, lunch is such a harsh word, you know what I mean? So I love the way you make noise at lunch. I love to hear you munch or something like that. Okay, let's try this. I love the way you make noise at lunch and the way you munch. Manger. So that just means the way you eat. The way you eat. J'adore la façon dont tu fais tout bruit au déjeuner à la façon dont tu manges. Mange. Here's what it sounds like.
J'adore la façon dont tu fais du bruit au déjeuner et la façon dont tu manges.
Okay, that's just like a sentence. Yeah, so j'adore la façon dont on fait du bruit de déjeuner et la façon dont tu manges. Dont tu manges. It's almost like a rap song. It's not very sexy, but we'll keep it. Okay, let's move to nighttime. The reflection of the stars in your eyes.
Le reflet des étoiles dans vos yeux. Le reflet des étoiles dans vos yeux.
Le reflet des étoiles dans vos yeux. That's pretty good. That's a good rhythm. We can perfect these, as you know, but we're looking for rhythm. Okay, that's what we're looking for. At night, I feel like dancing under the stars with you. I love you more than you know. Okay, so that was a phrase we start the tune with. So it'll tag it. That's kind of nice. Let's see what kind of rhythm it is.
La nuit, j'ai envie de danser sous les étoiles avec toi. Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais. La nuit, j'ai envie de danser sous les étoiles avec toi. Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais.
I like it. I like the last rhythm, and I think I can make it work. Okay, this is enough until the next time for us to get started. And the next thing is to perfect the melody because we haven't got that perfected yet. I kind of have an idea of where I want to go with it because I've been humming along, but I haven't. I wanted to get the notes written first. I think that's where we're at. And that will be the end of day 4. And so I hope to see you on day 5. That'll be fun. On day 5, we're going to go through the music. We'll probably try to sing a melody a little bit, see how lyrics are fitting. And we're getting close to having the tune finished. Got to practice a few parts of it because some of the guitar moves are advanced. But remember, we're not trying to write this for the guitar. This is an orchestra or a big band piece. So that's what we're trying to do. Let's keep it in focus. I don't want you to break your hands trying to play all these things. But the tab is there. That's the good news. The tab is there. So if you don't read notes, it's a good way to begin because, you know, the actual notes are there as well. So you'll be able to start learning a little bit. I think it's great. Hey, you know, je t'aime plus que tu ne sais. We'll see you on day 5. Oh,